Think of a single drop of water falling into a still pond. The sound is small, almost nothing, but watch the ripples move outward, outward, until they touch the far edge and begin to return. Every intuitive choice you make is that drop. You start with the micro moment, a whisper in the chest saying, "Call them now," and you do. They answer, relieved. You caught them just before they slipped into despair. That's one ripple. Neuroscience would call it interoceptive accuracy. Spirit would call it alignment. Different languages for the same current. And if you keep listening, the ripples multiply, merge, form patterns. And life begins to organize itself around clarity. Decisions take less effort because you've trained the nervous system to recognize coherence. You speak differently. People relax around you. That's the mid-level chunk up. Personal mastery translating into relational harmony. Zoom out again. Societal level. Imagine thousands of such tuned individuals, calmer conversations, fewer reaction spirals, leadership guided by foresight instead of fear. That's the social karma of attention. When one person steadies, the emotional field around them steadies. It's physics of resonance, not mysticism. Zoom higher, planetary scale. Every balanced nervous system becomes a feedback node in the planetary web of information. Call it noosphere. Call it collective consciousness. Call it the global nervous system, same phenomenon. A planet filled with citizens who can sense before they strike is less likely to destroy itself. That's the long-term extrapolation of a 3-minute intuitive practice. And the shadow side, neglect the signal long enough and noise wins. The mind crowds with algorithms of fear. Markets built on distraction. Species extinguished while everyone scrolls. Not punishment, just consequence. Entropy follows inattention, the way night follows sunset. So now, in this very breath, notice which tide you're feeding. Every calm inhalation is a vote for coherence. Every small act of curiosity about your own inner signal is a micro-evolutionary gesture. The future hinges on such gestures. You can imagine yourself years ahead, looking back at this moment. The point where you begin treating intuition as a discipline rather than a superstition. The moment you understood that listening isn't passive, it's participatory physics. That realization ripples forward through relationships, through creativity, through the quiet ways you prevent harm without fanfare. And as you picture that future self, steadier, wittier, grounded, maybe a little amused, you might wonder how many lives were nudged into better trajectories because you bothered to tune your own signal. That wondering is the mind expanding to hold its real size. Because ultimately, the lesson's simple. Tend one mind, and you steady the field it belongs to. Tend the field, you steady the species. That's the karmic geometry of attention. That's the science of compassion wearing a human face.